Okay, so I have a 140-pound watercolor paper with some washi tape around it, and I'm just going to make a wash, well, actually a mixture kind of. I've got some cerulean blue. This is Sennelier paints. I think it's cerulean blue and a little bit of ultramarine. I'm not really sure what the colors are since I don't have the pigment names, but kind of looks like that to me. So I've got the cerulean or some kind of a lighter blue, more with a little green in it, and some ultramarine. So I'm just going to make a nice wet dry wash. You're just basically on dry paper. I want to make sure it's nice and wet. I don't want to let those edges dry, so I have to work kind of fast. And to make sure that it doesn't dry, I just re-wet areas, because I am going to go back into those areas with clear water to create the clouds. So I'm leaving the areas where the clouds are going to be, and just making sure there's plenty of color, because I'll be going back in and making sure I have to work fast and make sure that the areas stay wet with my blues. And it's fun to make a little variation of blues. They all act a little differently once they're dried, and they will dry lighter. So with watercolors, always dry a little bit lighter, so you can add a little more color. So now with clear water, I'm just going back in with my brush and just start blending those edges before they're dry, of course, and letting those colors or the blues sort of blend into the clear water, and that will create a soft cloud shape. Now I notice I have this journal is a handmade journal, and I have this crease going down the middle, and I can blot that a little bit later. But it's just a journal, but I did notice the paint is puddling in that part of the journal, which happens a lot in journals in general. So I've got lots of nice white areas, but I think I might want to take out some more whites a little bit later, and just keep adding blue. So now I see what I need to do is I need to get a little tissue, and I'm going to wad it up in just sort of a nice shape, cloud shape. And while the paint's wet, need to work fast, I can blot out some more, bring out those whites in the clouds. And after I get all this done, I will let this layer dry. Once the clouds are dry, then I'll work on the next step. I've drawn a little simple bird design on the clouds, and I am using my grays. These are the Daniel Smith grays that I love so much. They have several different types of grays that make dark, instead of using black, it makes the darks really nice and rich. So I'm just going to make kind of almost a silhouette of this bird in the sky I'm actually using a Princeton Neptune brush, size 4, and it really holds a lot of water and paint, and I love it because I can make very, very fine lines and fill in very detailed areas. And since this is a small journal, I need this brush. But I'm just going to mix up different things of gray and finish this bird. All right, now that I've come to finishing this bird, I think it's pretty complete. I see that the grays they're not really super opaque, so there's a little translucency in the bird, which kind of makes the wings look transparent, and I like that. So now I'm just going to remove this washi tape carefully and see how it looks. I really like how the tape gives a nice crisp edge, and that way I can paint loose and free, and it just kind of tightens it up for some reason. I really like that. I really love those tapes. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.